Adam Gravitz Sports Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jack. Say hello, Adam.
What's going on, everyone? As we're recording this, it's an early morning podcast, so that'll be new. But we got a lot to talk about.
You get different lighting, and you're coming through the window there. It's exciting.
I know, you get some actual natural light.
Ambient backlighting. It's the best.
Huh?
It's the best. So we're at the Sweet 16.
We are at the Sweet 16. It's been an interesting tournament. Everyone's complaining, we don't have any Cinderellas, but
kind of do. You have not favorites. You have people who.
We have some not. Yeah,
a week ago, we were sitting here and you were making fun of teams who were in the Sweet 16.
Who was I making fun of?
Like Nebraska. Was there a crisis? What's going on?
Was I?
You were, but what's that emergency alert? What is that?
Sorry. Do you want to just?
No, I want to find out what it is. I'm concerned now. Hold on.
Hold on.
This is serious. What is it? Tell me what the alert is. You just turned it off.
All right, I just muted it. So
what is the alert? I want to know what the alert was.
It's just, the required monthly test.
Okay, great.
What? I'm just saying.
Okay.
Anyway,
so we got the Sweet 16. You did make fun of Nebraska. I'm pretty sure we made fun of. Who else did we make fun of? Let's see.
I don't know.
You made fun of lots of teams.
Okay, fine. I made fun of a lot of teams. But
you questioned my love of Arkansas, which is proven correct.
Okay.
You made fun of Iowa. You didn't think Texas would make it this far. You also talk shit about Purdue.
I don't know. Everyone's now loving Arkansas. Arkansas. Okay, fine.
I was on the Arkansas bandwagon way before you were.
Okay, so they also got to play Hawaii and High Point. I'm sorry. Okay.
And if you want to consider, so you said there's no Cinderellas. Let's just see.
Don't say Texas. If you say Texas,
I'm not going to say Texas, but
because also didn't I pick Texas to I think I said NC State would be in the Sweet 16, but I hated Gonzaga.
I know you hate Gonzaga. We hate Gonzaga. That's good.
We both hated Gonzaga.
No, I mean I think it's not necessarily Cinderellas, but teams.
Iowa's a sleeper.
Yeah, I was a team that people discounted for sure. Alabama's a team we gave up on Alabama because of the unpleasantness with the.
I don't think I gave up. I actually liked their draw. I think they're going to get pummeled this week, but that's another story. No, listen, I think it's been a great tournament. I mean, you have had buzzer beaters. Mm-hmm. You have had some upsets. And, for all the people who are we don't have a Cinderella, the 13s through 16s, some of them were uber competitive.
Those are great games.
Furman was very competitive.
Yeah. I think it was a fun tournament. There were buzzer beaters, there was overtimes, there was things that
I mean, in our area for the East Regional, it's awesome. If you have the money and you're it's crazy how good it's going to be in the Sweet 16.
Yeah. You got St. John's, Duke, Michigan State, and UConn.
I'm excited. Listen, obviously, selfishly, I'm excited Florida's out. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Yeah.
I think it's been a great tournament. I mean, I hope the Joshua Jefferson kid is healthy for Iowa State, because if he's not healthy, I think Tennessee's going to beat them. That's kind of upset-ish pick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited, and let's see how it goes. Like I said, we both were dead on correct about Gonzaga. We both said Gonzaga was trash.
Yeah.
A garbage 3 seed, and we were proven correct. But yeah, let's. I mean, I don't know if you want to do some quick picks for the tour.
I mean, who do you like? I mean, you can. I mean, who do you?
You know what? I'll say it. I said to you, I think Tennessee beats Iowa State. Caveat: if Joshua Jefferson is out.
Yeah.
And I think Texas is gonna. I don't know if they're gonna beat Purdue. I think they're gonna be a real scare in Purdue. Texas is one of these teams, and we see it every year almost in the first four. It's one of these teams who is uber talented. They just, for some rhyme or reason, they just fall apart, or they just have stretches where they play like shit. This team is extremely talented.
Mm-hmm.
They spend a lot of money on their roster. Purdue does struggle. I know Purdue's kind of falling under the radar. Purdue does struggle with athletic guards, and Texas has athletic guards.
Right.
So I'm not saying they'll win the game, but I think that gives me a lot closer than people think. I also don't be surprised if St. John's beats Duke. I'm telling you, man, Duke. I know Gongba came back. He didn't look good in that game against TCU. They have enough. They can throw some bodies at Cam Boozer. If those wing guys for Duke aren't hitting shots, I think St. John's is very live for an upset.
And Duke plays with their food.
Everyone's picking Arkansas to beat Arizona.
Yeah.
I get it. A-Cup is awesome. Also, before we get into that, Darius Acuff is Trae Young, which is not a bad thing, but like, I'm sorry, he plays defense worse than you do. His defense is. I'm not trying to be a dick. He's an amazing offensive player. Look at his. You better have the greatest defensive team around him. It's like with Trae Young, right? Like, we like Trae Young, but Trae Young is. Look, you can agree. We can both agree. Objectively, Trae Young is not a good defender.
Well, in Washington, the hope is that you pair him with Sarr and.
But am I right about? Like, okay, when I'm seeing people say like Acuff should be the first pick, no, stop. You don't take a. Do you think you take a 6'3" guard who plays no defense at number one? Yes or no? Yes or no?
I mean, okay, Steph Curry did a lot. I'm just saying.
Steph Curry is not. Okay, are you putting Darius Acuff on Steph? Okay. Steph Curry. Okay, so you would take Darius Acuff number one if you had the first pick.
No, probably
You're
not.
an insane human.
I don't know. Fine.
You really would.
In this moment, I'm picking Darius Acuff to beat Arizona. That's all.
Okay, that's fine. I think Jaden Bradley will be a good enough defender. I think he plays good enough defense. They have enough guards to put on him. I know Arkansas has a couple big guys, which is helpful.
Yeah.
I don't. But I think like Krivas.
Yeah.
Is just he's a big boy. That is a big human. And I think they're physical. Awaka is a monster down low. I think Arizona, if they're hitting a decent amount of their shots, I think they beat Arkansas. Should be high scoring, but whatever. I don't think you can. I'm sorry. I know everyone's in love with Darius Acuff, and Jack apparently thinks he's going to be like the next Steph Curry, which he's not.
Okay.
I just am so tired. I can't tell if you're being serious or sarcastic. Whatever.
I'm just throwing things at the wall and see what you react to.
I know you are. No, I'll tell you what. You want me to tell you what I think the best game of the whole Sweet 16 is?
What's that?
Illinois-Houston.
Okay.
I think it's the best game. You don't agree?
I don't like that it's starting at 10 p.m.
That's the one thing that sucks. Agreed.
Why are we starting?
Okay.
We came off of a great week of games being at noon, and now I've got a 10 p.m. game.
So before we get into that, dumb question. Why don't we start the first game at like 6? And then do the next game at like 9?
Also, they have overlapping games anyway. They have a game at 9:45 and the game at 10. Why don't we just move that up to make it like 6 and 7?
Agreed.
Why do I have to stay up till midnight or 1 in the morning to watch basketball?
And again, like it just sucks because that game is by far the best game of the four of the game.
Yeah. But
it's also competing with Arizona, Arkansas. I think.
No, they're head to head.
So stupid,
stupid
NCAA.
schedulers.
Anyway,
also, other things that are stupid are the pricing for the DC for the Capital One Arena, where you're looking at $700, $800 for 400 level seats.
We understand it because it's got 4 really good teams, but my God, you have it doesn't at that point. If tickets are going for 4 figures, just go to like Yard House or Clyde's and watch the game there and have beers.
Also, you're going to get a better view because when you're seeing in the 400s, it stinks.
That's the thing. If you somehow get lower levels for free or whatever, then by all means go. But yeah, there's no reason to pay $800 to sit in the upper level when you could just literally, like I said, go to a bar in Gallery Place, Chinatown, and watch the game there.
Also, you're spending $800 per ticket.
No, yeah, it's $800 per ticket.
So if you want to come with a friend, you're spending just about $2,000 to sit in the North Pole.
Yeah, so I agree with you, but it's going to be an awesome. I love that it's on Friday nights. That's great. Perfect Friday night. It's going to be just amazing.
Again, another reason to start it a little earlier, but it's fine.
Friday night, actually, you can do later. That's fine.
Well, no, I want it because it's a Friday. Why everyone dips out of work early on a Friday night anyway? Why are we starting? I know, but 7:10 is fine. Whatever. Yeah. All right. So those are things. My not necessarily bold prediction. I think we'll have 2 Big Ten teams in the Final Four. Not sure which ones, but we'll have two Big Ten teams in the Final Four.
I don't hate that. My bold prediction. All right, I got a bold one. All right, I'll go bold. All right, this is not bold, but I'm gonna look like an idiot. I think Texas beats Purdue.
Okay, that's not.
I think Texas continues and beats Purdue.
That's great.
Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
I think it makes sense because I changed my bracket to take Texas out before
I've also got Iowa beating Nebraska. I think it continues. I think Ben McCollum is one of the best coaches in the country.
There you go. Speaking of best coaches in the country.
I think he is, yes, absolutely.
Yes. Well, I'm saying semi-breaking news. North Carolina parted ways with Hubert Davis after they blew a 19-point lead in the NCAA tournament.
Now, again, before we get into like a deep dive on that, I will say, if Caleb Wilson doesn't get hurt, They are a completely different team. Yes or no? I understand you're gonna like they are. Come on.
Injuries
stop.
happen. Injuries happen.
Okay, time out. I don't want to hear it. This is like if Duke lost Cam Boozer, what would Duke look like? Be honest.
They probably wouldn't be as good.
Duke would have lost to Siena without Cam Boozer.
They should have lost to Siena with Cam Boozer.
But what I'm saying is, you can't just say injuries happen. It's not losing, Patrick Dongba. This is losing a top 5 pick.
Okay. But it's not just this year. It's missing the tournament. 2 years ago?
You're right.
It's going out in the first and second rounds the last couple of years.
I'm not advocating that Hubert Davis was a great coach. I'm just saying for everyone saying, oh, what a dog shit coach and blah blah, and any other coach would have done better with this talent. Just remember they did lose a top 5 pick.
Sure.
That's all. Because again, take away Acuff from Arkansas. How do they look?
Sure.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying, am I wrong?
No, but he's lost 50 plus games in less than 4 years. That's not great for North Carolina.
Again, I'm not saying he shouldn't have been fired. I'm just saying there should be a little bit of an asterisk on this season losing Caleb Wilson.
I mean, okay, but the reality is that they didn't like him, and he didn't.
True.
UNC was not where they wanted to be. So who's going to be the new coach? Yeah,
I think we can agree it's one of the top 5 jobs in the country.
Sure.
They've already reached out to Brad Stevens. He said no, which not
makes
surprised.
sense.
I think you reach out to anybody and everybody in college basketball, and you make every coach outside. The only coach I could see, obviously, that would turn it down would be John Shire. But besides that, I would reach out to every other coach in the country, and make them turn it down.
Well, who's your top 3 that if you were them?
It's a great question. Realistic top 3 or fantasy top 3?
I mean, you have.
Fantasy
is reality here, right? You're saying
I would go for Tommy Lloyd. I think Tommy Lloyd's a great coach at Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could look at I'm trying to think who else I would look. TJ Otzelberger at Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
I think is another one I'm looking at.
Do you think they could get
McCollum at Iowa wouldn't be the worst name to look at.
Mm-hmm.
But do you go Nate Oates?
Well, Nate Oates has a really big buyout, right?
But it's North Carolina. They have more money. They have so much money. If Michael Jordan wanted to, Michael Jordan could just write a blank check.
Fair, he should.
I'm saying to fund the basketball team.
Also, Nate Oates has had some recent.
I know. I'm not saying he's a good dude. I'm just saying that's somebody you can look at.
Fits that.
Maybe Nate Oates. I'm trying to look at teams in the tournament. Okay, how about Dusty May?
Mm-hmm. Michigan's
how about
coach.
Dusty May? Great coach. Completely rebuilt that Michigan team after the Juwan Howard debacle.
Yeah.
Why not hire him?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, Todd Golden. How about Todd Golden?
Yeah, he's available.
Team's
done the tournament.
No, I'm just saying, I think if you're North Carolina, you basically put, you cast the line out to every coach there is.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one not off the beaten path, but what if Billy Donovan wants to go back to college? Because he's got the Bulls, who are the most boring ass team in the NBA.
But isn't it easier being a mid coach in the NBA, collecting checks and not hustling NIL every year?
Yeah, that's valid. That's a great point. I saw that mentioned somewhere else. That's a great point.
I mean, it seems like he has an easier time, and he's already 60, so I don't know if he wants to hustle.
The only thing that worries me is I think North Carolina fans are when Kentucky. Remember when Kentucky fired Calipari?
Yeah.
And they thought they were going to get the greatest coach known to mankind afterwards. Kentucky, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They hired Mark Pope. How's that worked out?
Didn't do great.
I'm just saying, I think North Carolina fans have to realize, you're North Carolina and you are an amazing program, but, don't be surprised if you get your 6th choice. If your choice is Mark Byington from Vanderbilt, who I've heard mentioned, very good. Again, another guy who's built up programs, built up James Madison, built up Vanderbilt. Don't just think, oh, well, he's from Vanderbilt, he must not be good. I'm just don't think just because you're North Carolina, you're gonna get your number 1 choice. There's a ton of pressure at North Carolina, just like at Kentucky. It's Final Four or bust.
Yeah,
it is simple as that. Also, there's a rumor that Kansas might become open. Because Bill Self might retire.
Yeah.
So if that happens, now North Carolina's competing with Kansas for probably a lot of the same coaching candidates.
Well, they got to move quick, but they're not going to get any of these guys who are coaching in the tournament currently, unless they have the same level of commitment as Kevin Willard.
So here's the problem: is that the portal opens on April 7th.
Yeah.
So it's if you're good, like, and the NCAA and the championship is on April 6th, so like, let's say you are like targeting Tommy Lloyd, or you're targeting, Dusty May. Like, if they're coaching in the national championship or Final Four, like, that's going to be. I am curious, like, Todd Golden being eliminated early, they can go talk to Todd Golden's people right now.
He gets a gut check, yeah.
So I will be fascinated to see who they end up getting. They have so much money. They have so much NIL. They can get kind of whoever they want. We can agree on that.
Right. Money's not an issue.
Money's not an issue. This is not a money issue. But this had to be done. I think you're right. This had to be done. Now, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can maybe get off this if you want. If they had beaten VCU and then lost to Illinois,
I don't think it would
he
matter.
Still have his job?
I think he's still been
fired.
fired.
He would have been fired?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think he would have been whacked regardless. This is an easier, obvious, rip the Band-Aid off thing.
If they had somehow beaten Illinois, would he still have his job? I think he'd still have his job.
Maybe.
You think they were just going to fire him regardless?
Seems possible.
I don't. Okay. I've also heard Buzz Williams' name being mentioned for the.
You've never heard Buzz Williams. I would wish. Honestly, I would like to promote that. Buzz Williams, I heard a lot of rumblings of Buzz Williams to UNC. But
look, no, I think, I hope Carolina also, unlike Syracuse, who hired Jerry McNamara, I hope they look outside their family, quote unquote, family.
Yeah.
But you know what this also shows, and I am worried about this for my school, former players don't exactly really work at their alma mater.
A lot of times they don't.
I mean, who is the last former player that's currently doing well at their alma mater?
John Shire.
Okay, John Shire. But how many for every John Shire, there's a Jawan Howard, Penny Hardaway, Hubert Davis. I'm just saying, John Shire might be the outlier.
Don't be surprised if Gravis Vasquez is the next head coach of Maryland. Just putting out there.
You know what? I got a weird name. I think this is way too early for him, but what about the guy at Miami, Jay Lucas? He turned Miami around, right?
Sure.
Just saying, he'd have to be choice 15. I'm just saying, if everyone turns him down, which obviously won't happen.
Yeah.
But it'll be fascinating.
All right, and then the big thing, I guess another big thing coming up is Major League Baseball is starting.
Which, by the way, why are we starting during the NCAA tournament, number one? And number
it's cold.
Two, it's cold. What are we doing here? We don't need to be starting in March. I know, we don't need to be starting in March.
So locally,
first game. Okay. Also, the first game is on Netflix.
I think that's fine.
Well, way to go, MLB.
I think that's fine. Everyone has Netflix.
I don't, but go ahead.
So here's locally we have an issue in that the Nationals got General Anthony got booted. They separated from the Masson channel, and now you have the opportunity to purchase a subscription through Nationals.tv for
which obviously
$19.99 a month, which will eliminate the blackouts. However, there's apparently becoming a new Masson. According to the internets, Masson is becoming Nationals.tv channel. Unclear where that'll be in your dial, but it's going to be available. They claim it's going to be available on Xfinity, Cox, DirecTV, and Fios. So you should be able to watch your Nationals locally without paying $19.99 a month.
Which I would like. But again, also, if you're a Nationals fan, you have to be a sick one to pay $100 to watch this team. And I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's play devil's advocate here. If you don't pay for TV service, and you want to ensure you can watch your Nationals, I mean, what is $100 for the whole season? That's not that much.
I get it. Look, I mean, we can do a quick preview. Here's a quick preview of the Nats. They're not going to be very good.
Yeah, they're going to stink.
But that's by design. Again, that is by design. You have a totally new front office.
Yeah.
New manager. You got rid of your best pitcher. You got rid of your closer, I believe, or best relief pitcher. They're not going to be good. CJ Abrams, good chance he's traded. It's not a good team.
Yeah.
It's really not. I'm not trying to be I've had people be oh, you're just negative. Oh, don't worry, it's open. No, sometimes things can be black and white. The Rockies, Nats, Twins are not going to be good baseball teams. That's not me being that's not breaking news, right? It's not breaking news. And I hate when people are oh, you have to be more positive. It's no, the Nats are not going to be good.
Yeah.
They're not.
Just own it.
Now, as you have pointed out, like it's great to have baseball on as background noise. And so like in the summer, if the Nats are on, if there's a station for the Nats, yes, I'll have it on to just have it on.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, oh man, I got to go to all these Nats games. Like they have one guy that you'd want to watch.
Yeah.
And that's James Wood. So
no, I love
the
James
Nats
Wood.
will more than likely finish in dead last in the NL East.
It's fine.
Probably challenge for 100 losses.
At least.
I think.
Yeah, they'll have 100 losses.
I think, but like, yeah, it's not looking pretty for the Nationals. Your Orioles, on the other hand, there's a lot of variance, I think, with the Orioles.
You never know.
Like, the Orioles made one of the big splashes in free agency, getting Pete Alonso. Made some moves in the pitching market.
Mm-hmm.
Jack won't agree with me. I still think they needed to get an ace.
Well, I think it's possible that the extra ace will come in the trade deadline this year.
Okay.
They're going to gauge how the year's looking. They're going to say, all right, are we like last year where they weren't good? Or like hopefully this next year where it's like, hey, it's like comfortably in the wild card and let's compete for the AL East.
Well, I think the Orioles' major issue, I think you'd agree with this, they're in a very difficult
division. The division is, I'm looking at like the Yahoo predictions, and basically the whole AL East is projected some way, shape, or form to make the playoffs.
Outside of the Rays. The Rays are not very good, I don't. Right.
But yeah,
so
looking at
the thing is with the AL East, it wouldn't shock anybody, any of those 4 teams finishing first. That's how crazy. Like, Toronto is the defending AL champion.
Yeah.
The Yankees obviously are the Yankees. The Red Sox added Ranger Suarez.
Yeah.
And have Roman Anthony, who's a budding superstar. Like, the Orioles are just in a very tough spot.
Well, it's competitive. I mean, the reality is...
I think they'll be competitive. I think the Orioles could be like an 85 win team. Right? 85. You don't think so? 85, 87?
I think 85 to 90 sounds like a good guess.
Again, it's all about health.
I don't think, I think 90 squeaks in the wild card.
I think so too, because the AL Central is terrible, and the West. Yeah, I think you could see. Could 4 teams? I don't think it's possible. Could 4 teams from the AL East make the playoffs? I guess they could.
That's what Yahoo Mince from Yahoo said.
I can see it. Because like, if you think about it, who else are you competing with? I guess you're kind of competing with like the Rangers and the Astros.
You never know. You get hot. I mean, if the Orioles stay healthy and their pitching moves work out, and they add an extra starter at the end, I mean, they're good enough where it looks like Dean Kramer got sent to the minors to start the year.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Jackson Holliday already out?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Elias, you can't be. You were so frustrating and annoying.
Doesn't matter. They don't need Jackson Holliday.
Dude. Jackson Holliday doesn't matter. Okay.
Unnecessary.
But let's be honest here. Does it? I know it's gonna sound. Does it really matter? If I gave you the Dodgers or the field, what are you taking?
Probably the Dodgers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so frustrating.
That's baseball. The salary caps.
But also, it's frustrating because like the Dodgers are following the rules.
Yeah.
Like now, does it did they circumvent it by paying like Shohei only $2 million and deferring $80 million? Yeah, a year. Yeah, I think so. But they have the money. Like, look. Every owner has the money. Like, all these owners act like they're poor. You're not poor. You just don't want to spend the money to improve your roster.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the Dodgers have a great TV deal. Yes, like, the Dodgers are in LA. I get it. But, like, if you want to, you can go out and get, like, the Orioles got Pete Alonso. Mm-hmm. Like, they have the money. Like, if the Orioles wanted to, they could sign a big-name ace pitcher.
Yeah.
They just choose not to. So I don't like with the Nationals, the learners have the money. You can spend the money if you want to. It's just that's the frustrating thing about baseball is like these teams cry poor.
Yeah.
But then it's like if we look at your books, you're making a ton of money.
Yeah.
So don't act like you're poor when you can absolutely get whoever you want. But anyway, look, baseball. It's a long grind, but yeah, I mean, right now you'd have to say the Dodgers, barring like major injuries, are the overwhelming favorites.
Right.
Like, yeah, there's teams that you can see some like the Mets will be competitive. Obviously, the Phillies will be up there. The Cubs. I mentioned the AL East teams, but like the Dodgers are just so ungodly loaded. Not only are they loaded in their major league roster, their minor league system is one of the best in baseball. So if they need to trade, let's say, like let's say they have multiple starting pitchers get hurt. Oh, okay, we'll just pluck from our top 5 ranked system and go out and get one of the best pitchers, get whoever the best pitcher on the market is.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the Dodgers. Like, they do it right on both the major league and the minor league level. So it's hard to compete with them. But, today is technically opening day, but really tomorrow it's like,
right.
It's a new fresh year for everybody.
New fresh year.
But I think we can I'll say breaking news, we can eliminate the Rockies. Rockies are eliminated from postseason contention. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. There's no energy from you today. I wish you'd had some energy this morning.
No, I'm just listening.
What's that?
Just listening. I know I'm excited
about
the
I don't know what else,
opening. No, I think that's good.
Okay, we can do it. I mean, it's only been 20 minutes. Our Wizards are bad.
Wizards are still bad. That's fine. That's by design, and I don't care.
I understand. I got pointed out from a good friend of mine that Bill Simmons are one of our nemesis, and Zach Lowe, another guy who I do respect and follow his content, were just crapping all over the Wizards, saying it's an embarrassment, this, that, and the other. I just wonder, and I've said this to you multiple times when we've talked, where was this outrage when Oklahoma City was tanking in 2021 and 2022? Where was this outrage when the Spurs were openly tanking for Victor Wembanyama? And by the way, before this year, the Spurs hadn't made the playoffs in 7 years. I just want to point that out. Where was this outrage last year when the Sixers were blatantly tanking and somehow ended up with VJ Edgecombe? Where was this outrage when the Pistons were losing 26 games in a row? I don't understand. Like, you were making fun of the Wizards when they went 35-47 2 years in a row under Wes Unseld when they had a ready-to-win roster, which we all knew was bullshit.
Right.
Then you then you shit on them because they're tanking and not winning games.
Yeah, what do you want?
Well, so what do you want? Like, I don't know what you want. Like, yeah, has it been the most aesthetically pleasing basketball to watch? No. But like, if it works out and they get a top 3 to 5 pick, then guess what? It probably worked out how the Wizards wanted it to work out.
Yeah, mission
I just don't understand what
trust
you
the plan.
want, is my point.
Well, in the end, it's low hanging fruit to create rage clickbait.
But see, here's my point on this. It bothers me because these NBA media people and people on TV, can tend to watch all of basketball. You don't. Like, yeah, you watch the same, not like 8 to 10 teams every night, right? Like, yeah, you can talk about the Lakers and the Thunder and the Knicks, but like, if you're just gonna crap on the Wizards, like, tell me you don't watch the team, or tell me you don't follow what the front office is saying. Like, I don't get what you want.
It's just easy. It's easy harassment. That's all.
I'm saying not all of us can be Boston, who made a trade of 3 Hall of Famers right at the end of their career to get lottery picks, which turned into Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Like, that's one of the worst trades in NBA history.
Yeah.
So you took advantage of that. All I'm saying is, like you said, stop just badgering us and killing us when we're doing it, in my opinion, the right way.
Yeah.
Like, trying to build a roster around Bradley Beal, Kristaps Porzingis, and Kyle Kuzma. Are you kidding? Think about it if we still have those 3 guys on the team right now, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Are you freaking kidding me? One guy's out of basketball, and Bradley Beal is injured. Kuzma's basically worthless on the Bucks, and Porzingis barely played.
Yeah.
And now you're like, that's all. It just annoys me that, like, Bill Simmons, who just loves to make fun of us, just continues to say, like, oh, this team's terrible, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it seems reasonable, and I think in the end it's low hanging fruit for content, and it's just
I will say, on another note, I did get to celebrate my nephew's birthday on Saturday.
Nice. Happy birthday, nephew. I had a brush with greatness. My check engine light came on, and I tightened the gas cap, and then a few drives later, it went away. So
hallelujah. Well, you'll be paying $75 a gallon for gas very soon.
Soon, well, definitely. I mean, it's righteous gasoline brought to us from God Himself.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But like I said, it's baseball starting up. We got Sweet 16 full swing starting tomorrow. Yeah, it's good times. And then in like a month we have the NFL draft, which is that's one of my favorite events.
Same.
So.
All right. Well, very
yeah,
good.
I don't know, man. Like.
No, that's good. Let's watch some baseball. Get your MLB.TV set up. Get your Nationals.TV set up.
MLB.TV set up once they make their decision.
Buy your
they still
stuff.
have 2 days until. They still have 1 day till opening day, Jack. The Nats. I guarantee you, it'll be a breaking news like Xfinity.
Back on Masson.
Station.
Masson is now renamed Nationals.TV.
It's going to be hilarious. I already said this to you before we got on. I watch Masson 2 become the station for the Nats somehow.
Yeah, but they get to pay for it twice, so it's okay.
Fine. I'm not paying for it twice. I'm paying for it once.
There you are. All right, for Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Graffett Sports Show.